Okay, here we go. Well, welcome friends to the August 19th version of 2024, August 19th, 2024 version of Dan Mack Presents. This is our moonstruck version. Tonight is a full moon. This is the August moon. There's a couple of other names for this one, most of which I forget. I don't know if this is the strawberry moon or whatever, but there's different
Sturgeon.
names for this moon all over the place. So, Mike, did you remember one?
It is a blue moon, a super moon, and a sturgeon moon.
That's right. It is a blue moon because it's the second full moon. It will have more than usual full moons in the same quarter. And it is a sturgeon moon and a super moon. So we got all this.
Sounds
great
like a
news.
new Marvel superhero, Super Blue Sturgeon.
Oh, that sounds great. Yes. Are you going to try out for that role, Mike? I think.
No, but I'll try the caviar.
Okay. Well, anyway, welcome friends to our show tonight. We have some of our regular folks joining us as usual, and which is great to see our friends come back time and again to do this with us. This live stream right now is going to my personal page because Facebook is no longer allowing me to put it on my Dan Mack Presents page live. However, if you are looking for us there, you will see us there as soon as this is concluded for the night and I can share the recording on my page. It will also be on the YouTube. If you go into YouTube, you can go find Dan Mack Presents on YouTube and it will be there as well. So now it is time for us to get started. I'm going to make myself big because I'm going to be the first one to play tonight. Now, and I know people will be playing songs about the moon. However, this is not about the moon, but there is a mention of a full moon in it. So there's that. This is a song I wrote many years ago about playing music on my back porch at night, which is always a fun thing to do. I have a little deck in the backyard, and it's a little backyard, but it's very sweet, and we like it here. But we are moving away, and so this is the last week I will get to play music in my backyard on my porch. So I figured I would memorialize all the years I got to do that by playing this one song for you again. This one I've played a number of times before. Many of you have heard it before. Called Backyard Paradise. Sitting on the back porch Saturday summer night. Crickets are singing, everything's alright. Play a little tune on my guitar, make a little wish on the evening star. Somewhere lovers are holding each other tight. Couple of candles glowing out in the yard. Can't hear a single sound from the boulevard. Full moon peeking from behind the trees. Nobody talking but a little breeze. Telling me life ain't really all that hard. Hope that I remember this tomorrow, when sunshine comes and shadows fade away. You don't have to beg or steal or borrow. It's all there for the taking, and it's always been that way. Hope that I remember this tomorrow, when sunshine comes and shadows fade away. You don't have to beg or steal or borrow. It's all there for the taking, and it's always been that way. sitting on the back porch Saturday summer night. Crickets are singing, everything's alright. I'll keep playing my little song, hope that you don't mind. Maybe someone's listening this time. Thank you. Thank you, friends. All right. Thank you muchly. That's it for me for this evening. One of these days when my fingers stop being numb, maybe I'll start playing 2 songs again. But for now, one is the best I can manage for the moment. Okay, so now it is time for us to move along to spotlight Mr. Larry Johansen, who is going to be doing some great fingerstyle stuff for us tonight. So what are you going to do for us
Thanks,
tonight,
Dan.
Larry?
Well, first piece is a classical piece I've done before, and it's a prelude by Manuel Ponce. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name, but it's Ponce. And quite the guy. It's been with me for a long time. So here we go. Prelude number uno. Thank you. Did the sound come through on that okay?
Yeah, it was okay. I would
Okay.
like it a little bit louder, but it was nice and clear.
Okay, I wasn't sure because what I'm hearing on my end seems to be a little squirrely tonight, but that being the case, I'll continue on. I'm not going to give this next song an introduction because you'll probably recognize it after the first, maybe 2 bars, and it's a great old one that I like to do. Classical Gas by Mason Williams.
Thank you, Larry. That's, you do a nice rendition of that. That's,
Thank you.
did you ever play that on nylon string?
Oh, yeah. And on the 12 string.
On the 12 string too, wow.
Well, the 12 string makes it sound like a harpsichord.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Very neat. All right, thank you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if your friends are on watching or not, because I can't tell anything. I can see that we're on, I've got my iPad over here. I can see that we're on, but that's really all I can tell. So
That's fine. Yeah, thank you, though.
hopefully they're able to tune in tonight too. All right, so now we are moving forward with our Moonstruck evening to Mr. Mike Rosson, who has got his big full moon right behind him. Oh, no, it's Mike Rocke. I got the wrong Mike. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
So we'll
the
go
order
to-
is different. The order is different tonight.
The order is different tonight, yes. So we got Mike Rocke playing for us. What you got for us tonight, Mike?
Well, I'm going to start out with an Arlo Guthrie tune. I don't know why I thought of this one in particular, but at least when I pulled it out, I said, well, this sounds really nice on the baritone guitar, so... It's the 10th of January, and I still ain't had no sleep. She comes waltzing in the nighttime made of wings. She's dressed up like a bandit with 100 sparkling rings, looking for my company to keep. Coming closer to me, she doesn't say a word. The shadow of the carved rock tower, where the sounds of the night were the only things we heard in my darkest hour. She don't want to hear no secrets, she would guarantee me that. She knows there ain't no words that can describe her, with her white silk scarves and her black Spanish hat. She knows there ain't no way I can deny her. Yes, a blue velvet perfume filling up the night. The guards are all asleep that watch the tower. The moonlight held her breast as she easily undressed in my darkest hour. The father's in his chambers with his friends all gathered round. They're plotting their enemy's demise. With the last detail done, they await the coming sun, while I am staring in my lover's eyes. Her brothers and her sisters are all through for tonight, pretending they've just come into power. But she far most of all knows that they can only fall in my darkest hour. Hungry wings their melodies while my love awakens me in the midst of the sunburst first light. Her hands are holding up the skies as I hid my open eyes. Every move just for herself, and that's so right. Soon I went along my way with no words that could explain. She began descending to the tower. Her safety now concerns me, her circumstance to blame in my darkest hour.
Where did that
Thanks.
song come from, Mike?
Arlo Guthrie woke up in the middle of the night after a dream. He had dreamed this song and he wrote it down. And then in the morning, he got up and he saw these lyrics here and he says, like, where in the world did this come from? I said, he thought maybe he heard somebody else play it and he just dreamed it. So that he thought, if I go record this, am I violating somebody's copyrights or something like that? And he thought, then after a while, he thought, well, wait a minute, it's my damn dream. So
That's a cool story. Because now everybody you have to wonder about what the background story is behind this. I mean, what's
he
really
has no
going
clue.
on?
As I said, it just
Yeah,
came to him in a dream.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
So anyway, I happened to just looking for things with the moon in them. I thought Blue Moon of Kentucky, Chesapeake Moon, a number of other things. But I ran across this recording by Jason Fry about 5 years ago, and so yesterday I worked up a chord sheet for it. Blue Moon Mary, Blue Moon Mary, she gets to wagging when she gets to dragging. In a young man's world, any lover will do. She just reminds me of a woman I knew. And I've been sitting, thinking, drinking here all night on my own. It's almost closing time and no one ever wants to go home. At least not alone. On any other night, she'd just walk right on by, but she would tell me, try again, better luck next time. Blue Moon Mary gets to wagging when she gets to dragging. Blue Moon Mary, Blue Moon Mary, any other time I would know what to say. In a poor man's cold world, any love will do. Me, I just stopped in on an off night for a few. And I've been sitting, thinking, drinking here all night on my own. And it's almost closing time and no one ever wants to go home. At least not alone. Any other night, she just walk right on by, but she would tell me, try again, better luck next time. Blue Moon Mary gets to wagging when she gets to dragging. drinking here all night on my own. And it's almost closing time and no one ever wants to go home. At least not alone. On any other night she'd just walk right on by, but if she would tell me try again, better luck next time. Blue Moon Mary gets to wagging when she gets to dragging. Blue Moon Mary gets to wagging when she gets to dragging.
Stuff. Thank you, Mike. That is definitely a resonant guitar, isn't it?
Well, it helps. I ran it through my my amp here. I had a little bit of reverb and flanger to it. So
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Well, thank you, sir.
yep.
And
I have to say thanks to Jason for giving me that CD.
yeah, and who did it come from? Who was the
Jason Fry.
But that was he wrote the tune?
He wrote that. Yeah, that was on his album Youngstown.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember when he came out with that. Right. Yeah. I don't think I have a copy of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very nice. So let's see who's up next. Mr. Ficke. Oh, before we go to Rob, I do need to ask Mike. Do you guys have any gigs coming up that we should know about?
Oh, well, we don't have any gigs come up until September. Actually, we're going out to a Delaware festival in September. I guess we have some farmers markets. But this Sunday, I've got a open jam at Clear Skies Meadery in Rockville.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. That's kind of a fun place. I've been there, and the first time I remember ever having mead was actually at the Renaissance Fair, and I knew I was getting mead, so I knew what to expect. But my wife, who I brought a glass back to, didn't know she was getting mead. She saw this clear liquid, and kind of not clear, but amber colored, and she thought it was wine. And so she took a sip, and it's as though you thought you were drinking milk, and it turned out to be lemonade. She decided she didn't like mead. I can't blame her. But I think mead is pretty much fun. I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, I know two ways about it. Clear Skies makes some really good products.
Yeah, right. And they make cider too, right?
No,
No, they don't? Okay, for some reason
just
I thought
mead.
they did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully you'll get a good crowd there at the Clear Skies when you're there.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ficke, it's time for us to turn the show over to you, my friend. What you got for us tonight?
So here's a Neil Young favorite of mine. We've been through some things together, trunks of memories still to come. We found things to do in stormy weather. Long may you run. Long may you run, long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. It was back in blind Rhine River in 1962. I last saw you alive, but we missed that ship on the long decline. Long may you run, long may you run, long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome out shining in the sun, long may you run. Maybe the Beach Boys have got you now, with their waves singing Carolina, rolling down that empty ocean road, getting to the surf on time. Long may you run, long may you run, although these changes have come, with the chrome out shining in the sun, long may you run. Mike, I was hoping you'd pull out your harmonica on that one. Mike and I, when we were doing open mics together, he would do harmonica accompaniment on that one.
And sometimes Rob would tell me what key he's playing in.
Yeah, I never do I? So this is another one where he plays the harmonica. This is a Decemberist song. See this ancient riverbed, see where all our follies are led, down by the water, down by the old main drag. I was just some towhead teen, feeling round for fingers to get in between, down by the water, down by the old main drag. The sea unrobs me wrong, the summer falls on, oh, knock me down, tear me up, I would bear it all broken just to fill my cup, down by the water, down by the old main drag. Deep in this rabble round, pretty little patter of a seaport town, rolling in the water, rolling down the old main drag. All dolled up in gabardine, the lash flashing leader on Pier 19, queen of the water, queen of the old main drag. The seas unruns me wrong, the summer wells long, oh, knock me down, tear me up, I would bear it all broken just to fill my cup, down by the water, down by the old main drag. and robs me wrong. The summer wasn't on. Oh, knock me down, tear me up, I would bear it all, broken just to fill my cup. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. Down by the water, down by the old main drag.
Thank you, Rob. That was nice. You know, that Decemberist tune, you know Mike and Shauna Taylor, I assume, right? You remember seeing them at the open mics and stuff?
Yeah,
They
they
do a great
acknowledged
version.
that I'm the one that turned them on to that song.
Are you really? Oh, that's great, because they do a great version of it. They should thank you every time that they play it. Because,
They do a wonderful version of
Yeah.
that, and every time I see them, I ask them to do it.
Yeah.
Because
oh, so we have you to thank for them. They're doing it. That's great. I'm glad to know that. I'll bring
and
it
I
up
have
to
to
him
give
next
my
time I see
oldest
him.
son credit. I've told you this story, but he said, "Dad, you've got to learn something other than Dylan songs written back in the 60s." So he gave me a CD of Colin Meloy's Decemberist songs and suggested I learn them. So this is one that I picked up from him. So in the interest of full disclosure, Matt was the origin of all this.
Okay, good. Well, we're glad to know that too. So anyway, yeah, that's very cool. That's a great tune. And Mike Rocke just sent me a message that I am responding yes to, basically. So we're about halfway through the evening, and it is time for us to tell you all about how you can continue to support the open mic. And this is how you do it. For those of you who do not know, you can find my email on PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. And I don't have a tip jar set up on this thing because it costs more to do that than it would actually to get anything out of it. But we do have expenses that go along with the open mic, the professional version of Zoom, and extra costs for higher bandwidth and all that stuff. So if anybody can help support us, keep this thing going, then that would be great. But you don't have to. If you can't afford it, or if you don't feel like it, or if you don't like it, then why are you here to begin with? But anyway, so we'll see you another time. But if you can support us, then do so. And if not, you're welcome to continue to support us by participating and playing and singing and listening and watching if you're on Facebook. So enough of that. Time for us to go to our banjo man for our dose of banjo tonight. So what you got for us tonight, Bruce?
I'm going to do a couple covers. I'm going to do a Justin Moore cover, a cover of Justin Moore's song, because my wife and I celebrated our 51st wedding anniversary yesterday.
Well,
So
congratulations.
I thought this song would be appropriate for that. Sky was cold, beer drinking, and down to Joe's place, a corner pocket sinker at a pedal down pace. Another man's early was my get home late, fast as a whiskey shot and everything changed. 'Cause with the woman you love, you'll talk all night, buy 5 acres and a farmhouse and paint it bright white. With the woman you love, you'll get home at a decent hour. You don't need to look no more 'cause you finally found her. No, forever ain't long enough with the woman you love. I still make a little noise, raise a little hell, running with the boys, making stories we don't tell. But I trade a million nights of turning loose and sinful for just one night with her dress on the floor. 'Cause with a woman you love, you'll talk all night, buy 5 acres and a farmhouse and paint a bright one. With a woman you love, you'll get home at a decent hour, don't need to look no more, 'cause you finally found her. No, forever ain't long enough with the woman you love. Whisper in my ear, made a brand new man. The same old harpy's got a brand new plan. 'Cause with a woman you love, you'll talk all night, buy 5 acres and a farmhouse and paint it bright white. With a woman you love, you'll get home at a decent hour, don't need to look no more, 'cause you finally found her. No, forever ain't long enough with a woman you love. No, forever ain't long enough with a woman you love.
Congratulations on your 51st anniversary, Bruce.
Thank you.
And I think that many of us will echo that sentiment of ain't long enough with the woman you love. So
That's right. Okie dokie.
what else is
my
coming
next
up?
song, huh?
What else is coming up?
I'm going to do a Joni Mitchell cover, only I'm going to change the last verse a little bit. Okay? And you can smile at that, right? Okay. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. A big hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. They took all the trees and put them in a tree museum, and charged the people an hour and a half just to see them. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave the birds and bees, please. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Last night I heard the screen door slam, and a big orange party took away my rights. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Oh, I say they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. All right, so now let's see. Now it's time for us to move to our second mic of the night. Yet another mic with a full moon behind him. So,
Only Mr. Rocke's moon changes. Like,
yes, he changed
that's pretty cool.
from one moon to the other.
Yeah.
It's a short NASA video of a lunar eclipse.
Oh, cool.
That's neat. Yeah. So you can put other than just still pictures up behind you. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, you can put short videos up too.
Huh. I wonder. I'll have to look into that. I couldn't do it before. Maybe I can now. I don't think so. I don't know. But be that as it may, that's something to look into now. I have a challenge ahead of me. Anyway, I'm being bombarded by a budgie. I hope she doesn't interrupt. If she does, who cares? All right, we got one inevitable moon song tonight. Not Blue Moon, but if you haven't heard this one, then I don't know where you've been for the last 50 years, but it's a good old sing-along. Jeez, bird. Nope, that's wrong. I see a bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hear hurricanes blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I feel rivers overflowing. I hear the voice of raging ruin. Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Hope you got your things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye. Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Well, don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. That's one song. Thank you much. That's a song that gets the mondegreen, the misheard lyrics, the humorously misheard lyrics. The There's a Bathroom on the Right, I think, is the one that is very popular. Now this song, this is by one of my favorite songsters from the 60s. Now you can be forgiven if you've never heard this song before. It's rather obscure, but the man was not. He's fading fast though, folks. Mr. Alan Sherman. And his stuff is so dated, but I love it so. He was one of the funniest things. He and Elvis had the record sales record. They were in the front until the Beatles hit. So anyway, this is, well, you'll get the idea. My name is Mr. Bloom, and I'm from New Rochelle, and I sing this happy tune because my son, the astronaut, young Harvey Bloom, has landed on the moon. My wife and I, we miss our little Harvey so, back here in New Rochelle, that every single night in the pale moonlight we run out on the patio and yell, shine on Harvey Bloom, up in the sky. Oop. I messed it up. We run out on the patio and yell, shine on Harvey Bloom, up in the sky. You have Been in orbit since January, February, June, and July. Don't come back too soon. We rented out your room. So shine on, Harvey Blue, up there on the moon. We'll miss you on the holidays. This year they're coming later. We hope you have a very lovely Seder in your crater. Your mother sent the astronauts some chicken soup at school. They're using it instead of rocket fuel. If you like outer space, you ought to see your sister Janet. She came home with a hairdo that is from another planet. Your girlfriend Shirley misses you. The Air Force says she had a temper tantrum on the launching pad. Shine on, Harvey Bloom, up in the sky. Under separate cover, I'm sending you some pickles and a corned beef on rye. You brought bromo seltzer with you, I presume. So dine on Harvey Bloom. Harvey Bloom is on the moon. Pretty song.
You had me thinking about those Boeing, the astronauts that are up on the space station right now, sent up by.
I know, can't come home yet,
when
baby.
they're getting back.
Oh, guess what? Yeah, next week. No, next year. Can you hang in there for a while?
Because you just might burn up on the way back, so we're gonna hold on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't Elon gonna go get him?
Apparently they're
There's
waiting,
talk
but
of
they
that,
won't have a ship ready to do that until sometime next year.
Oh,
Right.
oh, okay.
In the meantime, they probably have, all seasons of Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad to watch. And things.
They could watch Apollo 13. That'd be
Yeah.
a good one.
Well, Mike, I have a question for you. Does your budgie decide to enjoy your company closer when you play music?
Yes, she does. In fact, sometimes if I want to call her over, the only way I can get her to come to me is singing something.
Really?
She's got me trained real good.
All right. What's her name?
Doc.
Doc, right. I remember.
Yeah. The full name is Dr. Maureen Fishbein. But Doc, around,
Well,
all intents and purposes.
it's always fun to see Doc fly in and out of our view now and again. So.
I've just been handed a bulletin by Carrier Budgie.
All right. Well, thanks again, Mike.
Carrier budgies don't have to carry a little message on their leg. They can just tell you,
Right.
Troops to the east,
Well, now it is time for us to turn the show over to Mr. Bob Dill, my old pal from college. What you got for us tonight, my friend?
A guitar that apparently you can hear okay, and my
Yes.
voice.
You need to get your voice lower, more closer to the mic, though.
I will keep doing that. All right. So, I wrote a song. It originally was supposed to be about my dad, and I had one idea, and then a wholly different chorus got in the way, and I had to figure out what to do with that. But before I sing it, I actually want to talk about my dad for a couple of minutes. Like many kids, I grew up and Dad. I had reasons to be mad at Dad. He wasn't there for my sports. He wasn't here. He wasn't that. He was a busy salesman, working, traveling, and all that. And I held on to some of that silly stuff for a while. And then it was his 50th wedding anniversary, and my wife and I organized a surprise celebration for him and Mom, and brought a bunch of their friends up here to Herndon, and they were completely clueless and had no idea. But before we went down for the dinner, when he would see the big surprise party, he and I had a conversation, and he told me about the time when he was 12 years old, and he found out that his mother had suddenly died on an operating table in Pennsylvania. She had a goiter, and And there was a hospital in eastern Pennsylvania that was special for goiter surgeries back in the mid of the last century. It turns out because they didn't have any iodine in the water there, so they were always treating goiters in people before they figured out to put it in the salt. And she went up there for a simple goiter, and anyway, she died. So the story that Dad was telling me, he was sitting in a chair, and he told me that his dad was sitting in a chair and called him into his arms, and his dad was holding him and saying, "She's gone. She's gone." And so while Dad was telling me that, he was looking at me. But what I saw was a 12-year-old boy who had lost his mother without, suddenly, without any preparation for that. And I had an insight about how trauma gets us stuck in places. And it completely changed my appreciation for my dad, because what happened after that, he was the oldest of 4 kids. He worked, he put himself through college, he got a job, he put his younger brother, who was only 1 year old when their mother died, and he put him through college. He went on to work throughout his life, and then later on he retired. And I consider it an honor and a privilege that I had to spend the last few years with him. They came up from Florida, where they'd been retired, to live near us and then with us, and then into a community assisted living facility that was close by, and we went and visited regularly. And like I said, it was my privilege to be able to spend that time and to take care of him. And I came to realize that he had done a lot to support his family and went to work and did everything else that he did, and was just the same guy every day, it seemed, for the most part. And then his last day, I was there with him, and that's a verse in this song. Well, like I said, when I was thinking about that very profound moment, all sorts of other things came in, including this chorus, which to me sort of speaks about karma and cause and effect, and the reality that it's like physics says, every action has a consequence, has a reaction. Just the infinity of our 4 billion years all here on this planet, it's too complex for us to ever know exactly what's going to happen. So then we get to this idea that, well, whatever's happening, it is karma. It's cause and effect. What can we do but try to deal with it as best we can? So anyway, like I said, there's the third verse in this song is a pretty accurate rendition of what happened the morning of my dad's passing, in a room in an assisted living facility. But before we get there, we'll discuss a few other things. As I was working on this, are you all familiar with microplastics? Has that term leached into your brain now? It just seems to have exploded in the last 6 months. That the plastic that only 10% of the 400 million tons of plastic that we generate every year gets recycled, and the company, all the oil manufacturers want us to believe that it's all getting recycled, and they want to keep making plastic because that's how they're going to make money when we stop driving gasoline cars. But the reality is a very small fraction of it is actually getting recycled, 10%. So that was on my mind. And then I was flying out to Colorado, and you look down over the plains and you see those circles of irrigation. Some of you may have, you know what I'm talking about. And it popped up in the news a month or so ago that the wells in western Kansas are running dry. They have drilled so much down into the aquifer and have drained so much water out that literally the wells are running dry there. And apparently the farmers are just packing up and moving off someplace else. But that's like one of the most fertile areas of our country that they've just pumped all the water out of. So that was on my mind. So that all sort of comes together. Those things, and my dad, and this chorus that came to me. And here we go. So it's called Nobody Knows. They dreamed of wooden ships and those purple berries, so they left their rich folks' life and headed out to sea. The winds carried them across that great blue ocean, right into that plastic jar that blew up all their notions. Farmers keep drilling deeper, there's water to be found. Pump it up and spill it on the ground. Yeah, the crops and the cash are piled high, but you can't feed the world and the well runs dry. You get what you pay for, you do it your whole life. You get what you pay for, it can cut you like a knife. Funny how it goes, no one really knows what you get in hand, but you get what you pay for, my friend. Oh yeah, and you always pay in the end. I don't know what price you pay. I won't tell you what to say. I can't tell you what's the score. You got to figure out what you're living for, 'cause you get what you pay for. Through your whole life, you get what you pay for. They cut you like a knife. Funny how it goes, no one ever knows what you get in hand, but you get what you pay for, my friend. Oh yeah, and you always pay in the end. My daddy died when he was 93. It's time to go to work, he stood and said to me. I said, no, Dad, you can take your rest. He lay back down and took his last breath. You get what you pay for, you do your whole life. You get what you pay for, you'll cut you like a knife. Nobody knows how it goes, but you get what you get in hand. But you get what you pay for, my friend. Oh yeah, always pay. Yes, you get what you pay for. You do your whole life. You get what you pay for. It'll cut you like a knife. Funny how it goes, no one ever knows what you get in hand, but you get what you pay for, my friend. Oh yeah, always pay in the end. Yeah, you always pay. You always pay. Yes, you always pay in the end. Yeah. A first performance. Yeah, he really did. He was lying in bed. He stood up, said, I got to go to work. And I said, no, Dad, it's okay. You can lie down. And he did. And he let go. It was quite the experience. Anyway, thank you very much for entertaining me and doing this. I appreciate it. And I suppose I should sing another song, but I talked for a while, and I was focusing on this so much that unless I dredge something up. I don't really have another song I need to sing, so I'm happy to let it go.
You're welcome to sing another one if you want to, Bob.
Okay, well, all right. I think I can manage this. I am a woman named after my mother. My father's another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder were desire, his old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Living is just a hard way to go. When I was a youngin', had me cowboy. One much to look at is a free rambling man. That was a long time, and no matter how I try, time just flows by like a broken line. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, hear him buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, he's got nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. This living is a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm not
Bob.
John Prine, and I'm not, what's her name? Who made it famous. Blanking on her name. Speaking of getting old.
I first heard that song by Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, Bonnie Raitt
there
made
you
it
go.
famous,
Bonnie
yeah.
Raitt, yes.
Well, thank you,
But it's a
Bob.
great
Thanks for sharing that remarkable experience with your dad. That must have been stunning. I don't even know what to say to that. That's
Hey, Bob, one detail. You said it was, did you say it was Arizona where the irrigation wells are drying up?
Western Kansas.
Oh, Kansas, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Made
I've
it to
flown
the
over that. That's
newspapers.
amazing.
Western Kansas is drying up there. You know, it's how they get all this money from the government and all this crop and amalgamation, monopolizing of the farming industry out there, and these big farms just pumping and pumping and pumping, and you know, Karma, so to speak, catches up with us all.
And growing mostly corn, wheat, and soybeans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of corn. And they were, they think they're going to feed the world and all that, exporting it everywhere. But the wells run dry. It's funny, I heard a song while I was trying to work on this. Another country bluegrassy group came up with they must have read the same news, but they were quicker on the draw than me and better too. But anyway, they said their line in their chorus was, "We'll all drink money when the well runs dry," which I thought was a clever line. Anyway, well, again, thank you all very much.
Well, thanks again, my friend. That was good to hear you. And now it is time for our final act this evening. Mr. Matt Holsen is going to serenade us with something. You got the full moon behind you there too. We got lots of moons tonight.
That's right.
So, are you going to be doing a moon song tonight, Matt?
Hadn't thought of that.
Well, you got it shining in your window there, your virtual window.
Oh, yeah. Well, it never goes away. It just sort of sits there. So it's a strange moon. It's a static moon. Let's see. This song's got, as far as I could really stretch and try to figure out something to make it connect to the moon, but I don't think so. It's by Mose Allison. I never did a damn thing my way. Sure wouldn't die for love. The only time I take control is when push comes to shove. I'm not your hoochie coochie man. I'm not your seventh son. Just another little middle class white boy out trying to have some fun. I got myself some costumes to scandalize my folks. The mountain man, the Fu Manchu, the renegade cowpoke. And when I ride my motorbike, it's pure Attila the Hun. Just another little middle-class white boy out trying to have some fun. I'll never be a hero unless it's by mistake. I just want to do everything wrong and still take home the cake. I eat middle-class white boy out trying to have some fun. I got myself a brand new name, a new religion too. Traveled halfway round the world to find the right guru. But then he tried to steal my girlfriend, the whole thing came undone. Just another little middle-class white boy out trying to have some fun. Just another little middle-class white boy out trying to have some fun. Mose Allison tune.
Oh, I love Mose Allison. You're killing me, though. You froze up in the middle. We lost you there for...
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Froze up
I
for
did.
just a
I don't know
second.
if it happened to anyone else, but...
Yes.
For a long time or a short time?
It was
About
about
2 seconds.
Yeah,
3
2 or 3
seconds.
seconds.
Oh, okay.
It seemed forever.
I think it was that static moon.
Yeah, that was blame it on the moon, right?
It's a static moon. It's a plagiarized tune. That's a rough paraphrase I stole from Flanders and Swan, which there must be a couple of you know who Flanders and Swan were, right?
No.
Yeah.
It rings a bell.
The English duo who kind of were halfway, they were kind of left over from the music hall era, and they lived beyond it and were songwriters from the music hall era who just were left high and dry. And they did an act sort of before the Goon Show. They were British comedy. As they say in one of their records, they say, we've been in America for 2 years, entertaining the Americans, whose need, let's face it, is greater than yours. And we come home to find satire squatting hoof and mouth under every bush. And he's referring to the Goon Show, right? And maybe by then, Monty Python, you know. The purpose of satire, and this is the wisdom of Flanders and Swan, the purpose of satire, it has been rightly said, is to strip off the comforting veneer, strip off the veneer of comforting illusion and cozy half-truth. And our job, as I see it, is to put it back.
That's pretty good.
So that was Flanders and Swan. They were wonderful. They wrote this really gentle old comedy, you know, music hall style. Let's see, what do I do? I ought to learn at least one of their songs because I grew up on those things, but I haven't yet. So. The Song of Mine. And I'm seeing clearly, I can clearly see 10 good reasons you're not for me. Then I close my eyes and fly off to somewhere else. I take you along with me. I can't help myself. It's some kind of fever I can't explain. All this hunger, the facts don't change. Like I'm living in a story I don't believe. Open, I'll turn the page, and there you'll be. I can see where it's going, but I don't want to think about it. I'll just let this daydream get me through this day. Got this thing for a woman who lives on another planet. I just catch her gaze and she spins away. It's gonna be over. Gonna turn the key. Any day now. Gonna wake up free. And I feel the fever's gone and I'm breathing again. I know that day is coming, but I don't know when. And good reason. 10 good reasons.
Very nice.
Thank you, Matt. That was great. And for those of you who don't know, that is one of a batch of many excellent tunes that Matt put out several years ago on a CD recording called The Horizon. And I happen to be one of a fortunate number of people who actually have the CD. But you too.
Boy, I must be really fortunate because I got about 800 of them.
Well, anybody listening out there should get one too. You contact Matt, and you need his contact information. If you can't find it here on Facebook or wherever, contact me and I'll give it to you, because it's a great batch of tunes, and you will be thanking yourself and me and Matt most of all for being able to listen to it. But if you don't want to go through all that work, you can go to Spotify or any of those other places and find it there too. Just look for Matt Holsen and you will find it, and you will like
It
that
is on
stuff.
Spotify, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like it when people go to Spotify because along with that CD is a whole bunch of like stuff I did for production music libraries.
Oh yeah.
Weird,
right.
quirky stuff.
Right,
And
that's fun stuff.
I really like that stuff. And I want people to hear that. You know, those old songs, like I'm used to those.
Right. Well, and speaking of all your production stuff, and if for those of you who don't know, Matt is also a consummate arranger and has done a bunch of work for me with horns and strings and Irish whistle and all kinds of fun stuff, accordion, bass clarinet, lots of great sounds that I now have in my recordings, and you too can have that stuff.
All in the box.
It's all in the box. But when it comes out of the box, it sounds real. It sounds great. So, and Matt's
looking
magic
it up
fingers
right
make
now.
it sound good
There I
for
go.
whoever wants it. So
Yeah.
if you want any of that kind of stuff, Matt is your man. So, and as I mentioned earlier, the likelihood of me being the host on Labor Day is vanishingly small, because I will have just moved into a new place and will be in the middle of boxes. So Mike Rocke is going to be doing the hosting for us next time around. I will be putting all that information on Facebook as how you're going to be signing up, and whether you probably sending email to Mike instead of me and all that good stuff. So I'm going to make an attempt to listen in if I can get all my equipment working by then, but I probably will not be a participant. But so stay tuned for all the rest of the information on that. And so the next time I see you, I will not have this background behind me. I will be in a completely new environment, and we will see what happens then. So thanks to all for joining us. And I don't know, what is that? Oh, that's you found Matt's stuff on Spotify. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, beautiful. So we'll.
That's actually Apple.
Okay. Well, I guess you can go to any of the music services and.
I'll make you a quarter of a penny, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, many a mickle mucks a muckle.
There you go.
Well, friends, thank you so much for
Thank you,
joining us.
Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for hosting.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you all.
Good night. See you next
Good
time.
night. Have a nice
whenever
night.
that is.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe out there, guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Good night.